Hello everyone, here's Babylon, and I'm playing Icarus on our second episode here. Today we're going to do a couple of quests. As you can see here, I'm trying to figure out where exactly we left off at. But the very first quest we're going to do is one of the questions that I think that anybody should be doing it the moment they hit level 15 when they're able to get the dispatcher deal here going. That way you can get that first quest done and you get yourself some good guns and some weapons there to help you hunt, especially on the bigger creatures there. I wouldn't suggest you go out looking for a bear to kill right off the bat. I mean, it's only a bolt action and a 9mm and a compound bow and a few bows and some arrows. But it's a fairly easy quest. You'll see here I messed up on it. But at the end of the day, it's just had fun trying to do something different. I thought I did have the points already, but I didn't quite have them yet. And you'll see here in just a second. Now I'm doing a voiceover. A friend of mine watched the video and he suggested it to me. Try to do a voiceover and see if that helps out. I found it difficult when I did that to be able to talk to myself. It just didn't seem right. And he was asking a lot of questions about some of the stuff I was doing that I didn't explain. Like one of the things is I kept picking up fiber, the bushes and the berries and all that stuff. And didn't explain why I was doing it for. And mainly on this character here, it's just force of habit, just to pick up stuff and keep moving all the time. So I just hold my F button down to just constantly pick stuff up. That gives you experience every time you turn around, every time you pick something up. But in the end, you're gonna have to have a lot of fiber. You're gonna have to have a lot of the resources, no matter what you do. It's one of the most versatile games I've ever seen when it comes to farming. And you can see all these targets here that you can shoot at and knock down and stuff like that during the quest. You can see here I kind of lost my way trying to get to the beginning of it and didn't even pay attention there was a wolf there. But yeah, it's one of the easiest quests you can do, and I suggest it for everybody to do that so we can have yourself a little bit of an edge. It's like I said, it's very simple, but yeah, he was asking all those questions about that, and I didn't even think anything about it. I'm not used to talking to myself. As you can tell now, I'm having issues with talking to myself. But at the end of the day, though, like I said, it was a fun game to play, and I suggest everybody can play it. Now, he's on console, so I don't know what his buttons are for doing stuff. But hey, that's if he wants to play Icarus. I mean, it's a game that you can get into. You can play and just over and over again, and always wind up doing something different if you wanted to. Like this time here, we're doing all the quests. You don't have to do the quests at all. You can just go in and just hunt, build, do whatever you want, farm. It's crazy how versatile the game can be, and you can play it multiplayer. So that's one of the most cool things about it. Now, I've never played it with anybody but my little brother, and he's the one that introduced me to it. But you'll see. Now you can, if you want, you can spam that one target there and get your points. Now I just kept shooting that target and thought I had my points, and you'll see here in a minute I'll turn around and start shooting those other targets and trying to hit the moving targets and stuff. But then I had to turn around and redo it. But right here you can see that I was sitting there thinking I was going to get enough points, and sure enough I didn't. You'll also see too here later on I get sidetracked, so and it's a bad habit for me. I'll have an idea of doing something. Next thing you know, I'll start farming stone for no reason, and just have the stockpile of it. But in this case here, though, we did get ourselves a mount, so we just had to wait for it to tame up, and where you can name it and put your saddle on and use it. But we went ahead and did the second quest without the mount, which made it take a little longer. But I did figure out how to actually speed the video up so that way you ain't constantly watching me take the long trips to get into stuff and all that farming and getting ores and stuff as well. But it's like I said, this one here is just so easy. You get some good stuff, and you see there I didn't get the minimum points there, so we had to restart it and redo it. But yeah, that was a little disappointed in myself on that one. If you want any ideas about leveling up, if you're starting off with a brand new character, that running around picking everything up, especially the fiber, once you get your first few levels in, one of the key things you definitely want to get is some bandages. And you can pick those fibers up, turn them into bandages. Just let them, just as long as you're crafting them, it'll give you extra points as you're picking stuff up for XP. It helps you level up pretty quick. You can almost anything you craft, and you'll see here in a little bit. I'll keep putting stuff in the table to craft, or inside the crucible, or the mortar, in other words, to keep crafting, because everything you craft, you will get XP for. So you just want to keep things like that moving. And you can see here, you definitely want to take all your arrows back. So I think the points on this time here was a little overkill. It was like over 400, but at least I went ahead and got it finished and got it done out of the way. But like I said, it's the best quest you can start off with from the very beginning, because you get yourself some good guns and good bow and some good arrows too. That's the best part about it. But yeah, we'll get back to the base and turn around and do some more hunting stuff like that, because you're going to see myself get sidetracked here in a minute, and you'll see what I mean. And that's something else too, that hunting. You can get yourself some pretty good points for that. You'll notice that, I pick up almost everything. I try to get everything I can, like all the food, everything. I guarantee you, in the long run, you're going to need it. This spoiled meat, you're going to need all that stuff. So there's no sense in leaving it behind, especially when it comes to the bones. You'll need bones like you wouldn't believe for that epoxy. So you get leveled up to where you can get, what is that? The oil fields going. Get that going. Then you don't need the bones near as much. these seeds here, uh, probably tomorrow's episode, I'll probably get the farm plots down, and we're definitely gonna wind up doing some building because I'm gonna upgrade everything to stone. But those seeds come in handy. I'm here to tell you, when I'm done, I'll probably have about 40 plots and just making seeds like crazy, just so that way I can make the food for the animals and stuff when you're on the runs, because it doesn't spoil when you make that stuff, but you require seeds and wheat in order to do that, and it'll take quite a bit to make a couple of them. But also, what I'm thinking about doing, probably be the day after tomorrow, I'll probably wind up trying to get some woods to get tamed up so we can have some fighting companions with us to help us fight, because we're definitely going to need them later on. Start getting them leveled up early. But I do wish, though, however, you could trap the jaguars and the cougars and stuff, but unfortunately we can't do that. So especially the bears too. That'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, we're gonna work through all this slowly, but we'll get it all done, hopefully. Yeah, you just see me here start your quest and then turn around and get sidetracked all of a sudden. But first we need wood. And here's where I damaged my own building. This is here where I was looking for my hammer. I thought I made a hammer for the day before on the previous video, but apparently I didn't. And I was running around looking, trying to figure out what happened to it, but it was no problem to make another one. And this is another way you can get yourself a lot of XP. Just going out and gathering a stone, because you're going to need a whole lot of stone. It's unreal how much stone you need for this game. But it's everywhere. Everywhere you look, you find it though. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna start that mission.
They need boots on the ground to do the work that no one else can. Everything you'll need is in that crate.
Here I'm just making sure the building's at 100%. That way if the storm comes in while I'm not here, the only thing we have to worry about is being a lightning storm. And a lightning storm, if it strikes your building, it will catch fire and burn everything down. So you gotta be careful with that. That's the reason why, like tomorrow, we want to try to get everything upgraded to stone. That way we don't have to worry about that. There, I just heard a horse, so I decided to go investigate it. This is where I got sidetracked. And there's our little buddy. Now, a lot of times when you hunt, you don't. If you want to find more woods and stuff to come into place, then just kill something, leave it laying. Animals will come to the carcass to eat, and then you can use that as a means of getting a lot more woods attracted to your base. Now, me, I just grab everything unless I'm actually setting up traps to catch the woods. But once we do that, you'll see how I'll leave carcasses laying at the trap so that way they can have feed. But I've only done like 4, maybe 5 woods. Never really used them in missions or anything, but we're going to this time. As soon as we start getting them, we'll be taking them along with us. Here I should have had the ranching already built. It's just one of those things that you overlook when you're starting something, especially when you're starting new. You just forget certain things. But that last character had this character here when I played him the last time. He's on the same map for almost 8 months, so he had quite a bit of stuff going on it. So we put this outside here so that way it doesn't take up room inside. But you'll see here in a minute all the stuff you can make with it. You can make all your beddings, all your cargo stuff, your saddles, troughs and stuff like that for your animals, which you'll have to have in order to keep them alive. And I don't think he starts taming either until you actually give him a bed where he can lay down and start feeding him too. I think is another field you have to wind up doing when they get sharp. Here we don't have, we're not gonna have to, we have to go find ourselves some more fur in order to get the bed made. Can't believe I missed that rabbit. Oh. You see how much better that arrow is. This time I want to definitely pick the berries up, because those berries you'll use in a trough to feed your horse in order for him to stay alive and be tamed. That compound bow, I really love that thing. One of the rabbits should have stayed gone. But he went and go. I don't know if you have to have a foundation for those or not, but I've seen guys have them sitting on regular ground, but for some reason they wouldn't sit outside. But being a young colt, while you're away, if a wolf came up, he probably would be able to kill him. So I've moved everything inside to feed him and everything, so that way he stays safe while we're gone on that quest. So it's a lengthy quest. This here is where I realized after I did this that I didn't have a water purifier down. It had to wind up making one. That's what I thought they were looking for now. I thought I had put one down, but I didn't. And later on it'll catch me. But at least I had some berries and stuff. That's another reason why you want to pick those berries up. That way you can actually use those berries. I think those are the only
Huh.
Fruit. I think it's the only fruit in the game that actually gives you water when you eat the berries. So they're good to have on hand no matter what, in case you get into a pickle like I did later. Yeah, that's one thing about it. You have to have charcoal in order to purify the water. First time I played that, I put that down and didn't realize that, and I just ran off. And we came back, couldn't figure out why it wasn't filling up. Here we're going to go out and see if we can find more berries, corn, soybeans, whatever we can find in order to put it in there so he can eat while we're away. He's probably going to eat quite a bit while we're gone. So we're definitely going to need a mount for some of these quests that we're going to be doing. Because it's going to have some long traversing to go. And there we found our corn there. And here's where I got distracted again and getting a saddle for him to be ready when the taming was done. I get so sidetracked so easily on this game. There's so much stuff you can do in it. But it doesn't take us too long in here. speed up because it's a long ways down there to what it is. And I slow down every once in a while, but I think for the farming part of it is pretty hectic. So I did that. The video, if I don't, the video is going to be almost 2 hours long. So I decided to just go ahead and speed it up and get over there and do the quest a little bit. I won't speed it up this fast during doing the actual quest, but at the end of the day, it's going to have to be a little fast. Now when you get over here toward that target, that quest that you carry on the map there, that fog will come down and land, and then we'll go up and get the pickaxes out of the fog. You can hear it coming down. Here's where we're going to run up and get that crate. Sometimes some of these missions will give you some supplies to use. Give you 2 good pickaxes. But I'll throw the pickaxes back in and bring some over to send back to the corporate. Corporate places. You can see that we got a lot of stuff to put together. going into these mines, you know, you got the cave worms, you got bees and stuff. I can't stand the bees. I just hate the bees. I really deal with the cave worms than anything else. These bees can get frustrating and stuff. Get that beehive there, you get yourself some bees and get you some wax or honey out of it. I think it's, yeah, it's honeycomb. So the bees will harvest and stuff, you'll get wax or honey out of it to either turn sugar and cook with and medicine and stuff. Wax would be needed for the fancy good stuff. But you'll see all that here at the party tomorrow when I make the bench for it. Now these nodes, they do reset. But once you remove them, I think it is a certain update, or you got a tool that's sort of thumper that you put down. You have to fight a boss worm or miniature boss worm in order to use it. It'll reset the so many ores to so much of a radius. And I think the only other way is if you, some quests, if you activate, you'll reset the nodes inside the page, but it will not reset exotics that you mine out of the page. So you just, I think that's the reason why you don't see any exotics in this cave, is because it's actually a quest being done. So that's the reason why you're not seeing that certain stuff in there. But I mean, there's plenty of caves. When you get up to your D4 mine and stuff like that, you don't have to go into the cave very often unless you're just looking for some exotics. But I think the last world this character was on, he had 28 D4 mining drills going at one time. So I mean, there's plenty of resources you can get it in multiple ways too. But occasionally though, you just gotta go in and beat the heck out of some nodes. That's all there is to it. You can see I had a fucking kitten up there. I didn't bring any ramps with me. And I didn't want to stop and take time to go find the rest of the stuff to make the ramps, so I just left it alone. Yeah, I'm already level 60 is the max level, but you still level up to get XP for blueprints and stuff like that. But once you hit level 60, you got no more talent points. I guess that's something I should have showed you in this video. Was all the talent points and where I have my talent points lined up at. Uh, but yeah, it's like I said, it's cool. You constantly keep getting more and more. Time you would never have gotten enough. Let's see, what I'm getting away there. But you would never get enough to do all your blueprints and really play the game to the full extent if you stop at 60. I mean, I don't understand why they stopped at 60. I don't know why it just don't keep counting. Yeah, if you're starting off and you don't got the compound bow and the bone arrows, you probably have to shoot those twice. I think it takes two shots. I think even in one case you'll see me actually miss a shot. But they're not too bad. Just they deal a little bit of poison damage. Doesn't make no sense, does it? Just that close one that nailed the furthest. Doesn't make no sense. I don't understand why I aim like that sometimes. It just doesn't make sense to me. Here, instead of running out back out of the cave and putting it all away to get where I was at, I decided to take stuff out of my inventory there. Which, you can drop a lot of stuff out of your inventory without having to lose any sleep over it because it's so easy to get materials in the game. You just take a little time to do it. But you'll see I have to do it again here in a second. a minute, you're gonna see that we're gonna wind up being short with titanium, platinum, and gold. And I had to go find another mine, another cave in order to finish getting it. That's why I'm looking for it now. Usually, you get everything out of just those two caves, but for some reason, I just couldn't find anything in this one. So I had to wind up going to look for another cave, which took a little bit. But we're leaving fast forward through it, so we even gotta watch the long traverse climb going through this. I see here we have to go into that little cave. You can only find those. You can only find platinum, gold, and iron, copper, titanium inside mine. Inside the caves. In other words, that's the only place you can actually find those. Other than that, you can find all the other stuff outside. It's just, it's just one of the deals they had set up that way. I mean, it'd be nice if it was all scattered out like everything else was, but then again, you wouldn't have, if it was that way, then why would you bother making the caves? So, like I said, once you get advanced up enough where you get power and start doing the deep water drills and stuff, you won't have to worry about all the cave stuff unless you're just purposely looking for exotics that might be in the caves. Here, it's rock standing. That's something else you're going to be worried about when you run around through there running out of stamina and running up on a predator, especially if it's a bear or something. Because bears do quite a bit of damage real quick. But wolves are not too bad. Horses are not too bad, but once you start getting to the jaguars and stuff, they can tear you up pretty quick, pretty bad. So you got to keep an eye on your stamina. Said earlier, would say that and then turn around, there's one right outside the cave, crossing one out the cave. But I've noticed that's been that way for the past couple of times I've played. I don't know why they're sitting outside the cave for, but you'll find these hidden ones like this one here. And there's several of them all over the map. some of them are pretty easy to see, some of them are pretty difficult to see. So you just got to take it easy as you can. And I made a stone pickaxe that way I didn't wear out the wood pickaxe. Here I'm getting attacked by those bees. You'll see here how much pain in the butt they are. They'll come in and swerve in towards you and then back off. They just drive me nuts. There, I didn't even realize I hit them. And there I got all the ores that were required to finish the mission. But you get quite a bit of room for that. You got some quests that you can do over and over again, but I don't really like doing those quests. Just do these here. I'm still trying to figure out the purpose of the outpost. I'm not exactly sure why they had the outpost maps on there before. All it is like a little island area. But it's not like you got a whole map like you do on Olympus.
All right. I think they'll be happy with
Definitely
that.
don't want to stand next to those pods when they take back off. They will cause damage. That fast. I will just make it back to where you are too. Can't help myself. I just keep doing it. But if you're new to Icarus and you're starting off, you'll learn that real quick. You want to grab everything you can as much as you can as fast as you can. So anytime you're just running across the map or something, you just know just hold your F button down and just pick on all of them. Ooh, pretty color too. That's cool. But we'll saddle him up. But we gotta get him cleaned up first. Get him saddled. At the end of the day, like tomorrow, like I said, we'll be doing some base building, upgrading, taking some benches maybe. We'll definitely have to expand, make room for the benches and stuff. But, tomorrow I'll show y'all my talent tree, how my talents are spread out. We'll show you how much stuff this guy knows as far as, he doesn't know everything on it, but he knows most of the blueprints. Uh, we'll do it that way, and then like I said, it's just gotta make sure it's food. See, he always got plenty of food left over, so that's perfect. But we'll have to get some more seeds made so we can get him some food that we can take with us, doesn't spoil, where we can feed him and keep him standing up, and hopefully his hip points up. Last time I played, the first horse I had died on me. So. But then again, a bear's pretty rough for a horse to try to do. We're gonna sit here and get all this meat and everything set up, get ready to cook. But yeah, if y'all want to leave a comment or something about it, or give me some advice or anything, y'all more than welcome to. It doesn't matter what kind it is. Don't get offended. 58 years old. I'm ornery as it can be just as much, you know, so ain't nothing really, all my friends say I'm okay. So, be honest about it. Maybe I can make some adjustments or something that would help the videos out, make it more enjoyable for you. And right now I'm looking at probably playing another game at the same time, but I usually get on Icarus and stay on Icarus all day. And I don't want to do that. I want to do it one day at a time, especially if I'm making videos about it. And then we'll just go from there. And I'm going to call it there. So that video play out for you there. You all see where we ended up at. And I'll see y'all next time. And y'all have a good time. Peace out. And oh, by the way, we're going to call